Hello everyone. This presentation is speaking about conducting a correlational analysis. The presentation is done and prepared by Ahmed Al-Khatib. The agenda of this presentation: we will talk about the purpose of this presentation and review the result for the cases from the GRC 605 dataset using the PSPP. Okay. So first of all, what is correlational analysis? Simply, it's saying if R equal to 0, then the null hypothesis is correct. That means there is no correlational between the two variables. The second case, if R is not equal to 0 and it's between -1 and +1, then the alternative hypothesis is correct, meaning there is a relation between the two variables. As always, we reject if p-value is less than alpha, assuming that alpha is 0.05. And the data which we are reviewing here are coming from the dataset of GRC 605 module, which been imported at PSPP. So the first example, it's clear, the income and the wallet. When comparing the income and wallet using the PSPP, we are seeing that the R value is equal to 1, the P value is equal to 0, and when we are supporting the values with the graph coming from PSPP, we are seeing that there is a relation, a very strong positive relation. So based on that, we are saying in this case that hypothesis null, there is no correlation between the income and wallet, while hypothesis alternative, there is a relation. When we are finding that R is equal to 1 and P is equal to 0, okay, that simply reject the null value, meaning that there is a correlation between the income and the wallet. As said, it's a very positive relation, meaning if the income increases, the wallet will increase, and vice versa. The second case which we are reviewing is the income and the saving. The R value is 0.91, the P value is 0. As the graph, we are seeing that most of the points are on one line. It's a positive relation. Okay, so we are rejecting the null hypothesis and confirming that the alternative is correct, meaning there is a relation between the income and the saving. The third example, between saving and wallet, the R value is 0.91, the P value is 0. Most of the points based on the graph are on one line. It's a positive relation. It's simply saying that null hypothesis is rejected and the alternative hypothesis is correct, meaning there is a correlation between saving and wallet, and this relation is positive. The next example is somehow tricky. As said, if R is more than 0, we are approving the alternative. As R is equal to 0, then we are approving the null value. Here, R is equal to 0.28. The p-value is 0. most of the values are in this line. So it's a positive, but it's a weak positive relation, meaning we are rejecting the null value, accepting the alternative, meaning there is a correlation between the saving and the stock, but it's a weak positive relation. Next case is between income and stock. Remember, if the p-value is less than 0.5, then we are failing on the test. Okay, the test failed to reject the null hypothesis and conclude there was no correlation between the income and the stock. And as you can see, based on the graph, we cannot draw any line. We cannot say it's decreasing or we cannot say it's increasing. The points are distributed somehow in a way in which we can not make a graph. Next example is stock and wallet. As said, when P is less than 0.05, then the test is failing. It's supported as well with the graphs. We cannot draw lines between the points. We cannot say it's increasing or it's decreasing. So we are failing to reject the null hypothesis and conclude there was no correlation between the stocks and the wallet. Next example are showing that we have a very weak relation because the value of R is almost to 0. The drawing is not supporting as well. So it's yes, we can accept the alternative, reject the hypothesis, the null, but it's a very, very weak relation. The next is the same. It's a very, very weak relation. We are rejecting the null, accepting the alternative, but it's a weak relation, decreasing, but it's a very weak relation. Next, the debt and the wallet. It's almost to 0, the R value. Yes, it's decreasing. Most of the values are decreasing, meaning if the debt is decreasing, the wallet will decrease. But all in all, we are rejecting the null, accepting the alternative with a very weak relation between debt and wallet. Here, also the same. We have a decreasing relation, but it's a very weak relation. We are rejecting the null, accepting the alternative, and concluding that there is a weak relation between debt and saving. And that's it. Thank you for watching, and I'm opening the space for any questions.